Alright, guys, I finally watched the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and there is a lot I want to talk about. I went on April 2nd, the day after it premiered worldwide. Well, after the day it released in theaters, but I went on April 2nd. It came out April 1st. On April Fool's Day, I went April 2nd, and I watched it with my brother, my older brother, well, my younger brother, and my older brother, because I have two brothers, and with my dad. We sat down at the nighttime, and let me tell you, this was the greatest video game cinematic masterpiece I've ever seen in my entire life. This was an amazing sequel. I do prefer this one than the last film back in 2023. The reason why I love the sequel a lot than the first film is because um there's a lot of Easter eggs more than the first movie, more references, more nostalgic moments that can lead to people like, oh, I remember that part. I remember this part. I remember that part of the Mario levels. I remember those characters. I remember etc., etc., etc. Those are the callbacks of like people are gonna know a- about the movie, and they're gonna have something pop up into their head thinking that they remember this from a Mario video game. For like any Mario video games, like callbacks, references, Easter eggs. Those are all the pros I wanted to share. Now, the cons about it. The movie itself, it it was at a quick pace. That's why I realized the first movie was at a quick pace, but it was a bit quick. But this new one was more quick. Definitely one of the downfalls of this movie. That's why people on Rotten Tomatoes of the critic section saying that it's bad, it's terrible, it's not as good as any other video game movies like Sonic, Detective Pikachu. Also, there's the Legend of Zelda movie that we are going to get next year, live action, just to let you guys know. But more of the hate online of this movie is that people are just like jumping through places to like a different place, like transitioning to the next scene, the next one, the next one. It's just like other video game references. Well, actually, the plot was pretty simple. It was just one simple plot, like just one basic plot. That's all. It's the writing of this movie that was another downfall. But the characters like Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi, and Peach and Toad were like going through this place or this place. We're going to here now. We're going to hear that. That was fast. I think I understand why the critics online saying that this was terrible. This was dog doo doo. This was trash. I do agree, but I'm gonna ignore the negativity. I'm going to ignore the downfalls of the movie. Well, even though it's probably true, I still want to watch this movie again and again and again because of how good this movie is. Again, better than the last film back in 2023. So, yeah, I I love the character growth, like between Mario and Peach's relationship. Just like Luigi's just like, Mario, you're in love with a princess. Ooh la la! Look at that leather. Looks like this is a hint that she really, really wants to be more than friends. Another spoiler of the movie I wanted to talk about are the non Mario characters that appear in the movie. The little Pinkmans from I'm not sure if I pronounce it right, but it's like from some kind of Pinkman game, like those little creatures. Yeah. Also, I want to bring up Mr. Game and Watch made an appearance in the movie, yet brought to life by Luigi using Bowser Jr.'s paintbrush, and he was like, "I don't know how to draw. I don't know how to draw Mario." But hey, he finished off Bowser. Oh, and just to let you guys know, I'm getting off topic here. Talking about one of the best parts of the movie is Bowser's transformation into Tri Bowser, which is obviously the skeleton version of him. Bowser Jr. transforming into his Wonder variation, and his Fury transformation. I don't remember him transforming into his Fury transformation from Bowser's Fury. Only Bowser did, I think. And of course, the Wonder transformation was from Super Mario Brothers Wonder for the Switch. Yeah, one of the best things. But hey, let's talk about another important character that people were pretty upset that Nintendo dropped the ball on along with Illumination. And yep, this character we're talking about is Fox McCloud from the Star Fox franchise. This character appeared out of the blue, and just of course Nintendo and Illumination wanted to spoil the surprise and just like tell you, there you guys go, Star Fox is going to be in the movie. That's that was amazing. I just really wish that we wouldn't have Nintendo spoil this a few days till the movie came out. I do love his character. Like his introduction was amazing. He did came from a different universe. That's why he's stuck in Mario's universe and wanting to help Princess Peach, Toad, Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi to go after Bowser and Bowser Jr. and to save Rosalina. Oh, I forgot Rosalina, another new character. She's amazing. But here's another spoiler. She only got like a 9 to 10 minute screen time. That's that's not really that great. Well, she is one of the newest characters in this film, but I was pretty disappointed that she didn't got a lot of time to shine. I want her to do more. I want her to do more. Yoshi has done a lot, and Bowser Jr. has done a lot too. Why can't Rosalina? Maybe they need to fix that for the next Mario movie. If there is a next Mario movie, please, please, please let there be a third Mario movie, please. Probably not gonna get one until like 2028, 2029, give or take. I'm not sure, but hopefully we'll get a third movie. Yeah, but Fox McCloud definitely a great character. I am so happy that he's in this movie, even though he's not a Mario character. But a few of the non-Mario characters like Pinkman, Mr. Game and Watch, Star Fox, I feel like they that this movie teased a possible Smash Brothers movie. Not only that, because Luigi has done an iconic move, which I feel like was from the Smash Brothers franchise. That was cool. That was a possible teaser. Well, to me, I feel like it was a teaser that we're going to get a Smash Brothers movie. But we'll talk about that in a later video. Everything was great. I love how like there's like the power ups like the ice flower, the fire flower. Donkey Kong can't stop Mario now. The drill one, the cloud, the balloon. I believe is from Super Mario Brothers Wonder. I think, but I know that the drill one was also from Mario Brothers Wonder, and the cloud was from Galaxy. I'm not sure if it's one or two. Familiar locations like the Tontaroso village in the Sand Kingdom in this movie. That's referencing Super Mario Odyssey. Also, the Honey Hive planet from Super Mario Galaxy, the first one. Another one would be that Super Mario 64 reference of where Peach left a note for Mario telling him her and Toad are on an adventure to go rescue Rosalina, and which is a callback from Super Mario 64 saying, Mario, please come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. That's obviously a reference. If like people watch that scene, they're gonna be like, "Oh my goodness, I remember that scene. I remember playing Super Mario 64, and I remember Peach said something like that." The the head pop up in the sky. That's familiar. That's people. Those are what the fans, including Mario fans, are going to recognize when they watch this movie. And let's see. I do love Luigi's character growth. Like him trying to be brave, trying to be just like his brother. I see that he has grown. I see that he has grown development in here. Like he was the scared character from the first movie, but he's not really as much scared in the second movie. He was more scared in the first movie, and he's less terrified in this new movie. Yeah, um, that's one of the biggest things I like about Luigi. That's why he's my favorite character. Another one I want to talk about is Yoshi. Yoshi, oh my goodness, Yoshi. Oh man, definitely a great character. Really like that he discovered New York. Well, he's not the founder, but he just like walked around New York like in a funny montage of like him exploring the place. From the post credits into the first movie, he was actually found and discovered in Brooklyn, not the Mushroom Kingdom. He was having the time of his life in Brooklyn, and we've been seeing a lot of, well, not a lot, but a few. I wouldn't say a few at all, but like one Easter egg, which was a familiar person riding on a bike and someone following him in a pink jacket. That's familiar, and yep, that is Doc Lewis and Little Mac from the Punch Out franchise. You know, the training montage. That's a reference. I was not expecting that. Another character that could be setting up a Smash Brothers movie. Another one I would like to bring out is Donkey Kong made an appearance in the movie, but only for like 3 seconds. He was just there in the nighttime on the iconic rails from the arcade game. That was really cool. I don't know that Seth Rogen a sound effect from a machine. I don't think that's Donkey Kong at all. I would love it if Donkey Kong got voiced by Seth Rogen in this movie, but I don't think so. But hopefully we get to see him again in the next Mario movie. Yeah. Rosalina and Peach, spoiler alert, they're actually related. They're sisters. It turns out that Peach came from a planet in space. She wasn't born on Earth as a regular human. With she was born by galactic stars, I think, or galactic dust. That's what I heard in the movie. I'm not sure. I'll have to watch it again. And there was like a disturbance in the force, and Rosalina wanted to save her little sister, and just like put her through a warp pipe so she could feel safe. And yep, she ended up in the Mushroom Kingdom. We are wondering how she ended up there from the first movie because she did explain her backstory. Well, for a bit, it was pretty kind of vague, but that's how she got there. That's where she came from. She came from space, not from Earth. Like Mario was like thinking she might be from his world, but he was wrong. She came from space. Yeah. Uh huh. The nostalgic moments are like, where Mario and Luigi and Yoshi were doing like a level montage going through like levels and levels, and people are like, "Oh my gosh, I recognize that!" And I was like to myself, to my brother, "I recognize that! Oh my goodness, they're actually playing the game. This is so cool. This is so freaking cool. The hammer bows, the setup. I recognize that." Also, the frog suit Luigi, that one was really cool. That one was amazing. Another one I want to bring up is the the final boss reference of Bowser on the bridge with the axes. That was an amazing scene. I was like to my mind, oh my gosh, I remember that scene. I remember that we had to get across the bridge, and I was so happy I that just brought me back Ratatouille style. I played the Mario games, and the final boss was like that, trying to like cut the bridge so Bowser can fall, and that's what they did in this movie. They nailed it. That is cinema. Quote from Luigi from the first movie. Yeah, and that this was an amazing movie. One thing I would have Nintendo along with Illumination to fix would be the writing, and to not like go like all over the place like they did in the sequel. They did mess that up a bit for the first movie, but they totally just like they totally screwed this movie up by just like going to like random places where like we're doing this, we're doing that, and just like Bowser turning big again, Bowser turning into a good guy, Bowser going back to being evil, etc., 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 etc. Also, the part King Wood and Birdo and wherever that crab fellow is, and Bowser from the Super Mario Brothers 2 video game, they just like came out of nowhere. I want to see a lot of them. I want to see more of these characters. I think that would be fantastic for the third Mario movie. Hopefully, Nintendo and Illumination can learn from their mistakes. But for this movie, I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. That's my personal rating for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Yeah, this was an amazing movie. Hopefully Sonic 4 can do better. Let's see if Sonic 4 can top this one, which I really have no doubt, because this week is CinemaCon week. They're showing a bunch of movies in Las Vegas, and random people can go to it if they're at Las Vegas. And yep, Paramount's gonna be there, and I have my money on them showing some exclusive footage of Sonic 4. Hopefully we can get like a look our new look at Amy Rose, like what she looks like, because I feel like that she's gonna be a bit modified from the post-credit scenes of the last film, Sonic 3. But we'll have to see. But yeah, there you guys have it. My honest review and my movie review of the Super Mario Galaxy movie. So yeah, that is it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and leave a comment down below on what do you think of this movie. Any pros or cons, any positives, negatives, favorite moments, favorite Easter eggs, favorite characters. What do you guys like about this movie? Let me know all of that down below. Alright? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace out. Oh, and go support the Super Mario Galaxy movie. This is such a great film. Hurry, hurry, go do it if you guys have the chance before it leaves theaters. I think it's coming out digital next week. I mean, no, next month it's coming out digital. That's what I heard, like May something, but we'll have to see. See you next time.